was great. Yeah, went back to California, saw friends, family, golfed a little bit, disconnected, and now we're reconnected. So, yeah, streamlined look. Yeah, little Halloween party the other day with the team. It was part of the costume. So, gotta do what you gotta do.
Did you know Aaron Rodgers much before the golf thing this summer, or had you connected with him much? Or?
Yeah, we have connected a few times before that. Obviously playing in the Tahoe tournament. We've got some similar people in our circle. So been able to talk with him there during the RX3 golf event, which is nice. It was a cool deal. So again, I'm a big fan of him, and obviously his play, what he's done in his career. It's been awesome to watch as a kid wanting to be who he is on the field and emulate his game, because he's so dynamic. He does things that really no other quarterback had ever done before him, and still does some crazy things, you know, moving off platform, ball placement. Like it's so impressive to watch him. And again, as a kid, he's one of the quarterbacks that I looked up to.
I mean, obviously he's got great mechanics and everything, but when he decides to throw off the back, I mean, you just, like, sometimes he throws with no platform, back foot, and it's like a laser, right? You look at that and just say, well, okay, we're not going to try and copy that. But,
yeah, I mean, as a kid, though, it's like that's what you want it to do, you know? You want it to move and be able to throw on the run like he does. And you talk about a quick release. I mean, still sometimes, like, it'll pan to him, like, warming up. And from, like, where his hand starts to where it finishes, like, it's in an instant. It's super impressive to watch. And sometimes it really doesn't look like it makes sense to me of how quickly the ball can get out and accurately can get there.
Josh, that's it. Knowing who Aaron is and what his makeup is, and the competitive he is, having dealt with him in Vegas and all the other things, how much do you know that when he says maybe this is the best thing that could happen to us coming to Buffalo, being highly big underdogs, will motivate them?
Yeah, I mean, again, he's Aaron Rodgers. You know, one of the best, if not the best quarterback to ever play the game, and I think we understand that. All we can focus on, though, is putting our best foot forward in practice, developing a game plan, and going out and trying to execute Sunday night.
Josh, we know that you're your biggest critic. Just evaluate yourself the first 6 weeks.
I mean, we're 5-1, so that's the most important thing to me. Obviously, I think there's some plays that we wish we had back and things that we can continue to get better on. Our red zone efficiency needs to improve, and that's solely on my shoulders there, making the right decisions with the football. But again, I mean, there's a lot to like. You know, I love how this team has gelled together, how we interact with each other, the communication that we have in the locker room and on the football field. You know, I think it's a bond in our locker room that's second to none in the league. Guys care about each other. They care about doing their jobs. We got true professional football players here, and it's an awesome environment to be around.
What do you remember about that 2018 game when you went down there to play Aaron for the first time? And kind of do you reflect back, maybe, if you can, about where you were then, kind of compared to where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know left from right at that point. You know, just in terms of our scheme, blocking, our protection, it was all still a blurred to me. And you know, they've had a really good defense for a while now. They got one of the top corners in the game. They got one of the best rushers in the game right now, and some linebackers that fly around and make some plays. So we're going to have our hands full of, you know, doing the right things and executing, putting the ball where it needs to be put, and just, again, making in-game adjustments, because, you know, teams are showing one thing, and then sometimes when they play us, they do something different. So we just got to be ready to adjust.
Talk about those, not knowing your left or your right, and those instincts. Like, when did those instincts really kick in? Because, you told Kyle Brandt in the basement, you broke down how Kansas City was bracketing coverage. How easy is it for you now to, to assess those plays pre-snap than it was for you now?
Yeah, I mean, I think things have obviously slowed down a little bit, especially when you're referring to that first Green Bay game I played in. Just understanding how defenses are playing our team. I feel like I've seen a lot of defense. I haven't seen it all, and there's going to be some things that get me, but obviously doing the best film prep that we can do, trusting on the coaching staff and the information that we're given, and then, again, sticking to our base rules and just trying to make things right if things go wrong throughout a play and not making a bad play worse.
The talent on their defense, they're not allowing a lot of yardage in the pass game, seem to be creating pressure, using the blitz. Can you just talk a little bit more about the challenges they present on defense?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very fundamentally sound team. You know, like I said, they have one of the better corners in the league, you know, and I know he's probably going to follow Steph. So, again, just finding unique ways to spread the ball around and get other guys involved. But, again, they've generated a really good pass rush with Rashawn Gary. You know, look at statistically, he's one of the better rushers in the league. So, again, we're going to have a plan for that. And then, like I said, in-game adjustments going on that.
There's been a couple of deals made around the league, pretty significant ones with the trade deadline next week. Do you have any thoughts or feelings as your team approaches, you know, the deadline a week away from it?
I went up to Bean today. I said, "Am I safe? Am I safe?" So he said, "I'm good for now." No, we're focused on just trying to win a game Sunday night, and that's it. You know, we love the guys in this locker room. We got a lot of love and respect for each other. Everybody's going about their business the right way, and that's all we can do.
So much talk about this team, the expectations this year, but it seems like you guys are always very focused and disciplined for the game ahead. What is that a testament to?
Well, I think it's the foundation that Coach McDermott has set for this team. I think it's the vets that the front office has brought in into our locker room, and you know, the constant and I guess consistent messaging that, you know, Coach McDermott has given out to us. You know, we're just trying to be the best versions of ourselves and steadily improve and be playoff caliber. That's our standard. So everything we can do to go 1-0 each week is what we're trying to do.
Gotten to know Rodgers over the years. How much have you picked his brain, and what are those interactions like?
Yeah, I picked his brain a few times. You know, going back to it was either last year or 2 years ago, we played them in the preseason. Everything feels like it sticks together. I think it was last year. You know, talking about right foot back in the gun or left foot back, you know, just quick release, like when he uses his foot pop, which I've kind of implemented into my game a little bit. Things of that nature. I try not to bog him down too much. He's a pretty intelligent guy, so he's got a lot to say about those things. It's really fun to have those types of conversations with him.
Last 4 MVPs, Rodgers, Mahomes, playing them all this month. Get up a little bit for them?
I mean, I play the defense. Our defense plays the quarterback, and I know it's a team game. But you know, I'm not focused on really who's the quarterback over there. I'm just trying to do my job and be the best version of myself for this team. Yeah, it's the truth. It really is the truth. There's nothing I can do other than control what I can control, and that's where I put the football and when I put it there. So again, just being on time and accurate with where the ball needs to go and making right decisions.
You talk about the off-platform throws that Aaron does so well. It's something you do a lot of too. How can you practice something like that, and how much of it ends up being like instinct and just going with the play?
Yeah, a lot of it is very instinctual. I think just playing the game throughout my life, and that's just kind of how I've always played. And I'm sure if you asked him the same thing, that's probably very same for him. You know, we don't really spend time, other than maybe training camp, a period or two there, really working on scramble drills and guys getting open and coming back the right way. Obviously, we talk about it a lot. Like if I see this and you see me moving right and there's no one back, like there's a lot of communication that we go through. Sometimes it's nonverbal. It's a little head nod and it's get out and find somewhere to be, and I'm going to put the ball up and trust you. So, and we got the guys to do it, and they've been doing a great job.
You mentioned that you kind of picked Aaron Rodgers, right? You got to the point in your career now where some of the younger guys coming in the league pick your brain a little bit about things?
I've not yet. I'm not there yet. I'm still focused on just trying to get better. So I haven't really gotten those questions yet.
Will you share those secrets when the time comes?
Yeah, I think I absolutely would. Yeah.
Possible not to see the impact that Micah walking around had on all of you guys out there today. He was obviously at the Halloween party. What's it like to have him back around, and what does he mean to this group and that he's going to be around?
He's awesome, and we're super excited to have him back. Obviously, he's in good spirits right now, and he's moving pretty good. I know those neck surgeries aren't anything to play with, but just having his presence here and the leadership that he brings, the energy and the laughter that he brings into our locker room. You know, he's a loved guy for a reason. He's a great father, a great husband, and he's a great friend and a teammate. So we're definitely lucky to have him back.
How many
talked
of you
about
know-
what you see from them defensively, but with kind of a little bit of a hole they're in now at 3-4, 3 straight losses. What do you make of that? And how dangerous is this team still with a guy like Rodgers?
It's a week-to-week league. Anybody can beat anybody every given Sunday. And I think they're a better team than what their record suggests. But again, that makes them very hungry. That makes us very aware of we could see anything, so we've got to be prepared for everything. And again, just making the right decisions with the football, and then determining whether or not that game, the flow of the game is we need to score points, we need to hold on to the ball, we need to run. Again, every game's so different. But no, we don't really look at records. And they got a really good group of guys, and again, they got one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game.
The Trevor Hoffman thing come about you guys at the baseball game?
Yeah, got a text, actually, Kevin, right on the plane. He's like, are you going to be near San Diego? And I said, yeah, about an hour away. And he goes, well, they would like to host you and some of your friends. So we said, yeah. And then obviously Trevor was there, who's a great dude, and he told us the story about how he met his wife, and she used to be a Buffalo Jill. So that's kind of where their, I guess, fellowship of the Bills comes from, and they're part of Bills Mafia. So it was really cool. His family was fantastic to us, and the whole Padres organization. I know they didn't win, but talk about a classy organization that knows how to do things the right way, and it was awesome. I'm a Padres fan now. Go Bills.